Hello! This video is part of a series where I read over old issues of my comic Hellgate and give some commentary. Hellgate started in 2003 when I was 15 and ran till 2009. You can read it for free at jaegercomics.com. This footage was captured from my streams over at twitch.tv/Jaeger_comics. Reading Battle 6 Hometown Attack. Again, how these work is I do a reading, then I'll go back and do some commentary page by page with some information about the comic issue and stuff like that. I'll preface this is my least favorite issue of the entire series. And I'll go into that more during the commentary, but it definitely, this issue rubs me the wrong way. And every once in a while, I will go through a period where I'll start just replaying issues in my head. Like, I'll be like, if I was to make Hellgate today, what would the story be like? And this issue gets usually I stop at this issue because it's no longer just a casual thought process, when I'm in between, chores or something or brushing my teeth. It becomes like, I have to dedicate time to fix this monster. Love the cover. Thank you. Cover was made in Microsoft Paint with a mouse. So this is Battle 6, Hometown Attack. This is from 2004. I made this in the summer of 2004. I remember another summer at my dad's working on this the whole summer. Last issue was Battle 5, Peepers Tom. When a peeping Tom turned out to be a transforming demon, Peepers Tom, Neil has to face himself. He learns the attack energy dragon in order to defeat the demon. So, wow, there's spelling errors in there. If you remember, Neil and company were at a hotel. A peeping Tom watched Jessica shower. When they went to face him, he was able to transform into Neil, but it turns out that was just didn't make him any stronger, and he easily went down. But in desperation, he tried to attack Neil's friends, and Neil's learned the energy dragon technique, which we might see again here. So now we open with Eureka, which I don't know if I have strictly made clear before in the comic, but that is where Neil and company are from. They're from Eureka, Illinois. We see this weird smile. Some dude just driving along, ba-doop, boop, boop. And crunch, my car. Neil, kaboof. Burning car. But the guy, I guess, survived. Could that really have been Neil? Meanwhile, somewhere at a rest stop. Man, all this driving's killing me. I hate this wind. Ba-ding, ba-ding. Incoming call from Mom. Hey, Mom. Earpiece, because that's easier to draw than a phone. What? Demon, can you teleport us back to Eureka? I could, but a teleport that big, there's no telling when I'd be able to teleport again. I don't care. We have to get to Eureka now. Eureka is under attack. Many are dead. Everybody ready? Yeah! Teleport! Teleport! Now back in Eureka! No. Destruction, destruction, death. Some dude running up. Freddy, what's up? It's your mom. She's hurt bad. Did you... God, these lines. Hold up. I gotta stop trying to do commentary while I'm doing the reading. Minutes later, Jesse's house. Jesse's mom is dead. Oh my God, no. Neil! Yeah, bud? I can't slay demons, so you gotta get revenge for me. Sure thing. Neil. Did you kill all these people? I'm not the only one. We will do battle soon. Does he mean battle 6? It's the thing I started where I write in the margins. No, we will do battle now. Oh, look at that. A not half bad sword clash so far. Hey, Battle 7 will have a lot of eye candy for both sexes. Why? That just ruins the pacing. Stop writing in the margins. never seen Neil like this before. I have. Back when I was captured by the Demon King. Not now. A little flashback here. Who is this talking anyway? Shut the hell up. God, this is so cringe. Ching! Neil loses his sword. I should pretty much narrate this, otherwise I don't know how anyone read and understood this comic. Get ready to battle and meet us outside of town. Wouldn't you like to know, huh? As in, you know, who is this talking? Wouldn't you like to know, huh? Very funny. But yeah, so keep in mind this whole we'll meet outside of town thing, because that's going to be my biggest screaming point in this issue. Neil, get the sword and let's get ready. So after a half hour of prepping, we have Courtney in battle mode. Ready. Jessica in battle mode. Ready. Jesse in battle mode. Ready. Looking much better than issue 4, I gotta say. If you like this, you will love the next issue. All lined up. And then these copies are all lined up. And who's that on the shoulder? They altered their appearance. They may have an advantage. Just all these wires come out of the back of them and plug into all these fakes, and then they change. Oh. Fight! Attack! Neil versus Neil. Courtney versus Courtney. Jessica versus Jessica. With their weapons of choice, a baseball bat and a plastic pipe. And Jesse versus Jesse. Focusing on the Jessica fight. They both swing their weapons above their heads. Robo Jessica goes in for a stab. Jessica jumps over it. Now's my chance. And then smacks her in the head. Boom. Jessica wins. I'm done. Courtney versus Courtney. Swing, dodge. Courtney blocks a baseball bat stab with her foot. Time to end this, and then knocks its head off. Finished. Lightning fast sword strikes from the two Jessies. He's fast. With a hard swing. Jesse is victorious. Complete. Good for you. Neil still in his fight. He's going to pull out the energy dragon. Volvnam! Volvnam! What? He can do it too? Gen fail! And then there's the energy dragon. Boom. Oh my god. Oh man, Neil is hit. First you kill my mother, then you kill my friend? I'll kill you! Stop. You asked me to get revenge. So sit back and let me. And slash right through the robot. Pass out. 3 hours later, Eureka Hospital. Demonic, who is that little metal box with those imposters? D4.0, a mechanical demon. He was pretty weak, but now in the age of computers, he has a lot of power. I bet he made those copies. Where's Jesse? He had something to take care of. Somber note. And now, if you remember the last issue ended with a Q&A, which we'll see how that went. I'll read the Q&A now. Mike O asks, exactly how gay is Nathaniel Yeager? Demonic says, Dak, are you crazy? Don't diss the creator. He'll erase me. Jamie S asks, referring to Mike's question, more than you know. Stop! I want to live! Ian E asks, how did Neil get the sword? I missed that. Read your second issue. He got it out of the Hellgate. Jesse M asks, when am I getting my other 4 issues? Wait for it. Wait for it. Brian J asks, Nathan, why do you smell? Brian, why do you fill the room with stupid whenever you open your mouth? Pat L asks, why does the head demon look like Dracula? Does he drink blood? The myth of Dracula was born from the Demon King's image, when the Demon King first appeared back during the first demon outbreak. Lucas E asks, when will Neil go mode 3? I'll just slap him. Robert T asks, what the hell is going on with everything? I don't understand anything. Why does Jesse have saint's eyes? Dumbass, go back and read your issues. As for Jesse, he must have been affected during the demon outbreak, but I don't know for sure. Freddy R asks, is Neil ever going to lose a battle and get killed? Sure, why not? Jack asks. Geordi asks, how did Neil get the invisible Steeth? The invisible Steeth is actually a portal to another dimension. Only the Jaegersorg can go through it, and Neil automatically has it because of his bloodline. God, that's hard to read. Next issue is Battle 7, Spring Break. Neil and company head to Florida where with their friend Brittany. They get there right before spring break and decide to have a little fun under the sun. And that is Battle 6, Hometown Attack. Now for a doozy of a commentary on that one. First of all, cover, not bad. Not bad for Microsoft Paint. Definitely was going what I was going for. You know, these glowing images in the darkness. So my biggest issue with this issue, I'll say going in, is the whole idea behind this issue, the whole trope I was going to go for was there are these copies that look like the main characters and they cause chaos and destruction. And so your obvious plot line with that is mistaken identity, right? The whole gang getting the whole gang getting accused of a crime they did not commit, right? Classic, right? But I didn't do that. I even planned for that. Like, that was the idea behind the issue, and I just didn't write that. I did not. At no point are Neil and his friends ever mistaken as these evil robots that have gone around causing destruction that look just like them. At no point do I address that. So that's the first issue I have with this issue. Everything else is more. So that's just an overall problem I have, is that this just turned into copies fighting copies. This guy here is actually supposed to be a character, Mike Olive, although I kind of retroactively made that. He'll appear later. He has a role later, and really this inclusion doesn't really matter, but I don't know, it's just a little Easter egg. Mike Olive becomes an important character in a few more issues. So you have this opening scene where this car gets destroyed. Neil's hairstyle is becoming more cemented in this issue. Flip phone, because that's the era we were talking about then. Yeah, and also you can see Neil's hair's starting to grow out. He's kind of got some locks in the back there. He's no longer just straight boy cut in the back. But this is definitely once Neil's hair spikes became standardized. One spike on the side, 4 in the front. Although I stylize it much differently now. But that was pretty much started here. Jessica's 2 on the side, 2 in the front, 4 off the other side, or 5 off the other side. I might have actually reduced that over time. This idea that Demonic can't teleport again for a while after doing this doesn't really come up. And that's because it was actually meant to explain, and I mentioned this before, the possible live action Hellgate movie that was in talks at the time, which has been a cringeworthy home movie, honestly. So thank God it didn't happen. But I needed a reason why Demonic couldn't teleport in that movie. And so I gave this issue here that Demonic wouldn't be able to teleport for a while, but honestly it didn't come up again. We all have this destruction. Freddy's based off someone I knew in high school, so this was just another cameo to try to get people to read my comic. This weird close-up of someone opening a can. It's actually Neil opening a can of Twist soda, which is kind of my play on Pepsi Twist, my favorite soda. Also, I just love like these effect lines. They're a little rough, but God, they're so much easier now. They're a freaking button click in Manga Studio. I love it. But yeah, bold move to have Jesse's mom killed off real early off in the series. Just for shock value. Don't know if it went through. Probably didn't. This Talking Head Syndrome starts to rear its head in this issue, and Talking Head Syndrome will be a thing. Talking Head Syndrome will be an issue, honestly, with all of Hellgate. Sadly, I do not break myself on that until Heaven Gate. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you spend too much of your comic with just headshots of people talking instead of interesting dynamic camera views. But unfortunately, it wasn't until college that someone kind of pointed out to me that I was doing that, and so I didn't think anything of it. Now I look back and it's obvious. God, yeah, this could definitely use more wide shots because it's really hard to tell what's going on because everything's a headshot. But we have this strange robotic Neil show up. Neil mid-transformation. First time I've drawn that. Still kind of like how it looks. Although this weird glow around Neil's eyes looks very strange. I was trying to make him look extra mad and it just did not come up through. Then we got these other robot copies. They fight. Of course, here we have a... Neil looks pretty different here because this is from issue 3. I actually just copy and pasted digitally the frame from issue 3 for this flashback. So here's a line I really hate. Get ready to battle and meet me outside of town. So this robotic copy, whose job is to take down the Demon Slayer, knocks the sword out of Neil's hands and then just says, okay, come, we'll finish the fight later. We'll finish the fight later. Why? Why does the bad guy walk away when he has a chance to win? I know sometimes you need that in your story, but you're supposed to write a reason why, and I just don't. It's just like, we'll fight later. It makes me so mad now. Like, what is the point? You got your first date? We'll go into this more because I'm recording this, so I'm trying not to indulge chat too much during this because this will show up on a YouTube video later. What is his transformation? So Neil's transformation is that typically he has brown hair, brown eyes, and whenever he pulls out his sword, his hair turns gold, sticks straight up, and his eyes turn blue. Definitely, like I'm not even gonna fight around it. I'm not even going to deny it. It was definitely based off Super Saiyan. But that's Neil's transformation. That's because of the demon slaying Jaeger sword he has. And so, yeah, so here we see D 4.0 on the shoulder, and then these cords come out of his back, and he kind of updates all the robots to look more like their current form. Discount Super Saiyan. Thanks. Real cool way to put it. And then we just have a fight. Here's another really funny thing. You notice how this page on the right looks weird? Yeah, that's because I didn't put the cover down on the scanner. And so... you know, the light's going through the paper and seeing the darkness of the room. And at any point, I could have put the cover down and rescanned. Would not have cost any money, wouldn't have cost any time really, but I just didn't. So forever this page looks wonky because I was too lazy to scan it again. I love your comics. Well, thank you. These are my old ones. This is a 2004 release. Actually, right around this time. Well, no, actually, I think it happened around when I was working on issue 5. I had my first girlfriend. I think by this point we had broken up. We did not have a long relationship. But yeah, then we just have these simple fights. I don't really like these fights because it's just they fight and then they win. And like the idea is that they're supposed to be evenly matched, but there's nothing that shows that, right? They just win. And I don't show any reason why they're able to outsmart their doubles. So in the end, since they just win, it just comes off as they were stronger. Like the robots were weaker anyway, you know? So yeah, it's just they win because they win. This page over here was just, so this page actually explains why it took so long to color covers in Microsoft Paint, because first I inverted the whole page, right? And that's how it stood for the longest time. But then this is what happens when you try to use the fill bucket. It does this because Microsoft Paint does not have any layers at all. So, and also it doesn't allow you to change the sensitivity on the fill bucket. So when you use it in Microsoft Paint on a scanned piece of paper, this is it. This all the area that you see is just me hitting the button once, and all the stuff I didn't get is because those were slightly different shades of black than what I clicked on. This page looks cool in my opinion. I still, you know, it definitely sticks out for sure. It's the first time I was really trying to use effects. And this is probably the first example of me playing with effects, you know, which I do all the time now. And then Neil's just, okay. Some people thought he was like cut in half by the energy dragon. That's not the case. It just slashed him up the front pretty badly. And then he just wins. Why? Because he just swings his sword harder. So, again, it just kind of bums me out that I didn't take the time to show why they were able to win. They just happened to win. Oh, yeah, but Demon explains it right here. I bet he made those copies. So D 4.0 manufactured those copies. But you're right. There could have been more explanation on where they came from, what their motives were, but there wasn't because I didn't know how to write back then. And this Q&A, honestly mostly just my friends messing with me. Like these were my readers at the time, you know. I had no way of putting it online. So I was just printing off issues for my friends in high school, and most of them paid half attention. Some didn't pay attention at all. Some used it as a coloring book with pastels of all things, smearing. The only serious question I got was from Jordy right here. How did Neil get the invisible sheath? Which I explained. That was kind of the whole point of this question A thing, is I realized there were certain things I had not explained yet, and so I used a Q&A to try to explain that. But I love how the first question is stupid. Yeah, that's how they were back then. Patrick's was a good question. Why does the demon look like Dracula? Does he drink blood? That's a good question, and I was able to explain a little bit about the lore there. Luke is asking about mode 3. That's because Neil will have multiple transformations throughout the series, and I was already sketching them at school. So Lucas had seen that there's a mode 3 and was asking like when that's going to happen. I was like, no, it's a spoiler. Shut up. But most of the questions were like, I have no idea what's going on, which in does he drink blood though? That's a good point. I was realizing that as I was reading that back later, I never actually addressed that part of the question. And the answer is no. The demons don't have a need to eat because they're immortal. Some of them may eat for the sensation, but I've never had the Demon King seek out someone to drink their blood. He should. He probably should. It probably would have been more interesting, but it just never came up in the series. I never had a need to show him preying on people. But yeah, a lot of the questions just came off as either people making fun of me or stuff that was explained, which, I mean, at the time I was like, dude, just read your old issues. It's right there. Now I look back and it's like, yeah, I can understand why people wouldn't understand this. Yeah, and here's my Microsoft Paint cover of 7. No blending, just got to use spray can. I mean, honestly, that semi see-through like skirt or scarf thing she has tied around her waist was pretty amazing at the time. That took some technical know-how, considering that was not as easy as it would be in later programs. You can see again, Neil still has the signs of that wound he got from the energy dragon from the fake Neil. But we shall cover all that in Battle 7 Spring Break.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, and I'd love to read your comments below. And make sure you're subscribed so you know when the next comic goes up. Also, check the description for a playlist of any readings you may have already missed. And if you'd like to read ahead, all of these comics are free on my website, YagerComics.com. Bye!